Make sure you get the mic in shot.
Shut the up.
The Macintosh. I don't like how whenever I turn around he's this close to me.
He's just breathing down your spine.
He's like way closer to my side as well than your side, Adam.
Skill issue.
Everyone,
Matchmaking.
comment below me gusta to
Guys,
enter in the
comment
giveaway
below,
competition.
It is normal matchmaking better than the skill-based matchmaking. Comment down below.
They don't play club playing one time, okay?
Long time.
So tell them what hey, guys.
Guys, we're gonna give away an exorcism.
A human heart.
Have you ever felt possessed? Do you ever feel as if life's just not going your way and that the devil's a plan for it? Well, call upon our man, Father Amorph. Where is he? Where's Russell Crowe? He comes out.
What the f are you doing?
Put that hat on, man.
Right.
It's been 3 years. Spread your wings and fly.
Oh, what episode number is it?
17.
17. Welcome to episode 17 of the post-production podcast.
Yeah, back again.
Back again in the car.
And, well, before we even start the episode podcast, I just want to say there might be a slight sound of rain. You know, we might label this as ASMR.
It's intentional. It's unintentional ASMR.
It's currently torrential weather in our area in Northern Ireland.
It's pterodactyl weather out here.
And we're sitting right beside a river.
Where's this framing, bro? Why is the camera like not centered?
There we go. And you can see me now.
We got Slim Jim and we got.
So we've got so today. Today with the movie we're going to be talking about, because it's going to be a film review. I know.
Whoa.
You're waiting for one of those again. We've got today Father Zeus.
We got
with the eye patch, mate. We've got Father Macintosh.
We got Psycho Mike.
And we've got Father T.
We got Father Ted over here.
And what movie we've talked about today? We just watched it, so we just watched the movie, so it's alive fresh.
This is fresh, coming straight from the mind.
Apart from Michael, Michael was too busy sitting hitting VIP seats up and down to actually watch the movie.
My seat was broken. It was like snapping back and forth the whole film.
Priest possession. Of course, we just seen the Pope's Exorcist.
Any final words?
You remember Crazy?
I liked it.
Remember Crazy Frog?
Yeah.
That's what Michael reminds me of. It's just Crazy Frog. He just has these. He just does motions. There's no describing why he does it as well.
Right.
So yeah, we went to see Pope's Exorcist. Of course, in the last episode we were talking about Evil Dead, which I didn't see. This is a movie that we all saw together there now.
Just seen it.
And my personal opinion was, it was my type of horror movie. Which will explain why. It's got a bit of mystery, bit of Catholicism. Well, Christianity. But obviously Catholicism because it's the Pope. And
not sectarian.
Not sectarian.
Ooh.
And
that audience?
to me it was quite well structured. But I'll explain later on why.
So how do we start talking about it? Let's see. What do we know going into it?
So all I knew going into it was, it's an Exorcist movie, right? Which is quite obvious because it's the Pope's Exorcist.
Yeah.
So it's got it in the title, and that Russell Crowe's in it. I had no clue who Russell Crowe played. I had no.
Say you had no clue who he was.
No. I had no clue, but he must have learned the Italian for Gladiator, because this guy was speaking Italian fluently in this movie. That was my first main prize point.
This and that.
I would recommend having subtitles on. If you're going to do a viewing of this movie, I would hope that all of them do have subtitles. Because this movie, there's a lot of like Italian, Latin, and Spanish spoken throughout it.
Oh, I think all the Italian stuff, because I noticed when we were watching it, there was 2 sets of subtitles sometimes when they were speaking Italian.
Yeah.
So I think if we weren't seeing the subtitled version, the Italian
There was one subtitle though that I think was absolutely shit. And that was, there's a point where throughout the movie they have a thing where it's like playfully knocking. Right? Whenever there's like knocking on the wall, because obviously it's a possessed house.
That was scary.
It stole that from me.
But at one point in the movie, and if you're watching carefully during your viewing of it, you'll notice at one point it's angrily, playfully knocking as one of the subtitles, which makes no sense. Because how can you be angry but also playful? That's like me going up to my brother when we were kids and going, punch him in the face, but going, I was playing with him.
Whoa.
I was just playing. Like, it makes no sense. That was like one of my only moments in the movie where I was like, what? Like, why have they subtitled this wrong? But that was like that's like a very, very like almost too critical.
It might fix it.
That's all we have to say about the movie.
Yeah, that was teased little mini rant about that one.
What my little two piece about it, right? Okay, so you got horror film, you got Russell Crowe.
I wouldn't really label it a
resemble a
horror
Crowe.
film.
Yeah, it was.
Was it a horror film?
Yeah.
Man, it scared my tits off, man.
You're just getting too adjusted to this sort of thing, yeah.
Man, that's your
Really?
everyday life. Like you're too accustomed to it, you know.
Audi man. Audi
Ooh,
man.
some happening here.
Pulling right beside.
Ah, he's pulling up. No, he's turning.
He's realised
Another 180.
no
It's actually quite
pulls
a good
around. And that's another win for the local community.
Exactly. Now, the movie is. I don't know if it's connected to the original Exorcist. I haven't seen the or its sequels.
Was the original Exorcist after this movie time-wise? Because this one's set in like 1980 something, isn't it? Like 1981 or 2. Or 86 maybe.
I think it's set. It's either around the same time or before.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But
So, first off, the movie start. Where does the movie start off?
movie starts off.
Rome.
The movie starts
All
off
roads
in
lead to Rome.
Uganda.
Uganda forever.
Wait, does it start off in Spain? It doesn't start.
It starts off
in
in Italy.
It starts off in Italy.
Yeah, it was like Rome, Italy or something.
No, it was a little village in Italy. I forget the name of the village, but it's a little village in Italy at a farmhouse. It was at a farm in Italy.
We get to see Russell Crowe performing an exorcism.
Pulling up in the first scene where you see him and on his little Vespa.
Bro was
Beautiful.
playing Mario Kart Wii.
That was beautiful.
That was like half of the film, really. Vespa.
He shows up.
Every scene.
It's a set up who Russell Crowe's character is, and he shows up and he completely bamboozles the demon.
By making him go into a pig.
And then blowing the pig's head off.
Foreshadowing the pig at the end. Really.
That scene was. I quite enjoyed it because I was like, usually you're used to just exercise it, but this one I was like, oh yeah, we actually just put it into a pig and just blew his brains out.
Yeah,
It's a bit more practical.
Why did the pig?
But I don't know how the guy knew just that he was going to put him into the pig to blow his brains out whenever he just arrived.
Yeah, remember later in the movie they were talking about like the hierarchy of demons, like the higher they are up, the more they can take and the smarter they are.
Yeah.
You have to wonder, like the type of ones that are like, okay, I'll go possess the pig. Like they have to be like
Well, he was saying going,
complete
I am
spastic.
Satan and stuff, but clearly he was just he was like a Twitter.
Nothing.
He was just a Twitter hater.
He
He had no power.
Yeah, he was like normal.
Bro had no power.
Like you see people like that going on the street every day. You know, like that's not really possessed.
Yeah.
He was the type of demon that if you were hanging about with him as a kid and you're like, to prove you're hard, you have to go into like Trollins and steal like a bar of chocolate.
Yeah,
He would have done it. That's that type of demon.
and
he just
then get
laughs.
caught and blown his head off. Go away.
The shopkeepers.
C4 over
C4.
C4 over Aston.
Devil's hand, mate.
Devil's hand.
Devil's food, mate.
Tickle your temples, mate. That's what I'll do.
From the scene within the village, which I'll let you continue on there. From the scene in the village, we then go to. That might be the strangest thing I've ever watched. But so we go from the scene in the village to the family arriving at the castle.
Yeah.
And you get introduced to this family. It's a boy who just doesn't speak, young kid.
Yeah.
This teenage rebellious daughter who the first line from the mother is, "Hey, you can't wear that here. There'll be construction workers around," because she's wearing like these high shorts. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, that's like I instantly assumed in my head, the teenage daughter's gonna be the main character. That was my assumption.
Yeah, actually, I thought that as well.
Which is why later on I'm going to mention that I think this movie does really well, which is that it doesn't focus on the family, which usually these types of movies do. Like if you watch Insidious or the original Exorcist, that is what these movies do.
I don't know about the original.
The original, it's a bigger part though, is the kid,
Maybe.
in my opinion, whereas the kid in this one barely even like, he is literally just a vessel.
Yeah.
like maybe people can maybe critique me and say it's a bad take in the comments, or people can say it's a bad take, but especially Insidious, it's a very much about apart from when you get later on in the movie, but it starts very much about the parents. But this movie, you literally see them go into the place. You see that they're about why they're there, why they're in Spain at this. Well, last time they moved to Spain from America. They're at this old cathedral, beautiful castle kind of scenery. Well, scenery but architecture, and then it goes straight from that to the Vatican again, and you get reunited with Russell Crowe. Or Father Amorph.
Big father, mate.
Father Amorph. Not that I'm that great with my accents, but so that's what that's what I liked about it was you instantly then I recognized from that point that he is the main character. So it wasn't going to be about this young girl's going to basically have to try to figure out how to save her brother. Yeah. I would say it was actually
because Russell Crowe's such a strong character, so you kind of like automatically adjust it to the role. You came in, you kind of knew. Michael,
you went on a completely different notion of what I was saying.
From actors, I was kind of like branching off from. You're talking about that.
Yeah, I think
and
we're
the kid. We're on the same wave. But yeah, even the kid, he became interested because he was the main thing that got possessed. That's like the only thing that could have helped his character. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of branching back a little bit, but yeah, you continue.
what you were saying though about
Crowe?
About I've lost my train of thought. About how it focuses more on the priests. I think both approaches can work, but when you have a movie it's called The Pope's Exorcist, it's probably best to have it be about.
Yeah, that makes sense. And especially the fact that, like before you even see the first scene, there's a quote that comes up basically being like, the devil is like, I forget the exact quote, but basically like...
It's something along the lines of like, whenever we tell ourselves the devil doesn't exist, that's when he's happiest. Yeah,
that is when he's happiest, but obviously just meaning when you don't think the devil's real, well, that's when the devil is happiest because he doesn't want you to think he's real.
That's when he strikes.
Because that's when he's strongest. Yeah. And basically what you learn throughout the start of this movie is that the current cardinal doesn't want... basically wants the Pope's Exorcist, like Russell Crowe, Father Amorph, to step down and doesn't really see a point in his role anymore because he doesn't view her as actually being evil in the world on a scale of like evil as in like the devil.
Yeah, because it's more modernized time.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So it's like they're trying to get rid of all that.
And he basically says that all these people that Father Amorph goes to see, none of them are actually like Father Amorph is making the claim of like he's an exorcist, he's not like a doctor, not a psychiatrist. If he has like patients that seem like that, he recommends them. But the cardinal's just like, yeah, but we don't need you anymore then. After he literally just performed an exorcist, but okay, just forget about that. But yeah, no, the story generally flows quite well from the point of like sometimes you can feel as if it's going from here to here. It's not very coherent, especially in horror movies where it goes from like something that's very calm to instant just like 90 miles per hour. Like I felt as if this done it quite well, where it was slow, gradual, but then when stuff actually happened, which to be fair, a lot of horror movies do well now.
Yeah.
But a lot of movies can do it where it goes from 0 to 100 very quickly, and you don't really get the actual.
Well, the story was meant to be streamlined by following the characters.
What are you laughing at?
No, finish what you were saying, Michael.
What was it?
Finish what you were saying.
Oh, right. Okay. So yeah, the actors. That's kind of like a technique they use in cinema.
Yeah.
So saying there's like all the actors that come together at the end, they're all like all over the place in the countryside.
Yeah.
Like how do they bring them all together in one place? So the action brings everyone in, and that's like the strategy for cinema. And that. Just an interesting like.
It's like what they do in a lot of TV shows nowadays, where you have like different groups, or they split the characters up into different groups.
Yeah. But
at the end, they all get brought together somehow.
Yeah, because you wonder how do these people like come about.
Like for example, I've seen it happen. Like there's a Stranger Things. I've seen it happen in Walking Dead. where they have all these cars and how do you get them into one place. This movie does that.
When all the Avengers teamed up to kill Thanos.
Yeah.
Michael movie man right here, Marvel movie man.
Marvel movie man.
But
yeah,
this movie does it very well in that it kind of establishes that. What are you looking at?
I felt something under the car, but.
Yeah. So.
No, what I was laughing at is whenever you were sitting going about how it went from 0 to 100 miles an hour. All I could think is remember that scene that we were.
He's running through.
No, not that. The bit where like. The guy lights the match underground and it explodes. It just cuts his
back.
Oh, the corpse. Yeah. Oh,
so that's one of the few scenes where I thought like, okay, that was maybe cut poorly.
Yeah.
So basically, what happens is it's quite early in the movie. It actually flows to where we were going. So after you see the scene, it's actually basically the very next scene.
Yeah.
After you have the cardinal sort of like, Father Moore puts as like a death squad, or like a lineup basically, where he's getting interviewed by all these different like bishops and like the cardinals.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know a firing squad when I see one. He leaves that, so he does, and then, well, he leaves the meeting in quite a haste. He's not happy with how they're treating him, not at all.
So Pope's my boss, mate.
Literally, he just says, "Pope's my boss, mate. Report to him." Then you get this thing. So the workers are all working, and it's already a stop. I just why this guy can't be in the back seat, man.
Yeah.
It's a menace on society.
The cool kids are in the back.
It's a menace. You basically get from the start that the mother of the two kids is trying to basically renovate this old cathedral to then sell it on. So they can be back to America. That's the last thing that her husband left them.
Yeah.
Of any value after he died a year ago.
What a terrible gift.
What a terrible gift indeed. He then so these workers are working in it, and this bozo, I can only describe him as a bozo. So there's a hole in this like wall underground, and he looks through it. He goes, "Oh, I wonder what happens if I light a flare and throw it in."
Yeah.
So his mate lights up a flare,
Oh, good news.
throws it in, and what you get after that is like the next 4 seconds are just explosion, cut, guy getting wheeled into an ambulance. And you're just sitting there like, okay, that just happened.
He's like burnt.
And all you hear is this Spanish guy going, he's like, "I'm pulling all my workers out of here now." And it's like, okay, that escalated quickly. That's at the one point where I was like, okay, maybe like it would have been better maybe to have some of the workers still there, so that you could actually see like them getting tormented by this demon a bit longer. Basically, what I'm saying about that is you basically have characters to kill off. Like if you have construction workers, let's be real, they ain't going to be important characters. I'll respect any construction workers out there, but in horror movies, if you're any sort of just like job worker who's just trying to make a living, trying to do well in life, trying to do something in life, they cut you down. If you're not a member of the family, a church member, or some sort of guy who comes out with a shotgun to try to kill the ghost for no reason, you're done for.
If you're not one of those things, your plot armor's so thin, you might as well just kill yourself.
Exactly.
Literally, if you're not upper class citizen, just get wiped out. All right.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That happens, and then I'll let you explain the story from here on, because I've kind of explained quite a bit of it.
What you got to say, Michael?
So we just got to the part where the ambulance basically takes the guy away.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What's like workers leave, right? They're like, no. You got the kid, so he's getting possessed.
Yeah, that was pretty scary.
Yeah, I was like, finally, some action, you know.
But one of the things about this as well, which I'll think, the kid, they'd already said the kid he didn't speak throughout the entire movie, and he hadn't spoken in years since his father's accident that led to his father's death, and he was apparently in the car with him.
And they wouldn't shut his mouth when they got like.
And once he got possessed, he wouldn't shut his mouth.
He was talking about like drinking the mum's milk and all that. Was weird.
That was a bit of a strange scene.
I think that and like that was quite uncomfortable, and so was the one where like he was saying he was gonna like Russell Crowe. I think because it's kind of
That makes more sense.
The-
I don't know.
The few bits I have seen of the original Exorcist. What?
Oh, it's just a bunch of men standing around the car. Weird.
The few bits I have seen of the original Exorcist, I know some of the things that like the girl says when she's possessed is quite like awful things to say. So I think like the movie was just trying to recapture that, where it's just like, oh, let's just get like what would be like an innocent person, like a kid, say like the most heinous we can.
Yeah.
But so yeah, he gets possessed. Then what happens, Michael?
He gets possessed, and then he starts knocking on his sister's bedroom walls through some sort of demon realm.
That's actually what happens, yeah.
Weird as hell. And she was like, "Bro, you good?"
And then
She
Bruce
runs
starts
in.
freaking out.
He starts like going red-eyed.
Prue comes in,
In the
says,
middle.
I just lost my game of Counter-Strike. And he starts punching his sister.
Don't take out your sister.
Just spazzing out of the bed. Just like,
Oh, yeah.
Spazzing out.
my V-Bucks.
My V-Bucks. And he's spewing coins out of
His
his
mum
head.
comes in, she's like, what's wrong? He's just like, they added John Wick to Fortnite.
I don't have enough
He's doing
V-Bucks.
the
For
fly.
the new John Wick.
Uh,
I already have John Wick from 1, 2, and 3.
you never buy me an Xbox 360. Everyone in school has an Xbox One. Okay?
Well, Jay,
And
I'm thinking back, they didn't even have a f***ing games console this time.
Oh.
Why?
It was like 1986.
You have a Nintendo, mate.
Oh.
Super Mario Brothers.
I'm sure to be Don's on that when he's sitting there. All I done was listen to music for the entire movie before that.
And the songs he's listening
Nice
to,
one.
he's like, Don's just trying to be edge. Like, he's just being edgy.
I'm pretty sure he's listening to movies about people like his dad dying. And I'm like, but bro, you're really not trying to get out of the moment, are
You
you?
gotta get in the headspace, you know.
It's like how it feels to chew 5 gum. And then Bruce are spazzing out. Crazy.
That's done, bro.
But
Right, so he gets possessed, starts.
that's going crazy, man.
Starts convulsing around the house.
So
Crazy.
they go originally. Oh, send him to the doctors and stuff. Like, let's see if you got anything wrong with him.
Yeah.
And the entire time you can see
MRI.
that this kid's tapped.
Yeah, he's
Like he's saying claw on his face. Like, he
Claw
what?
on
Like,
his
literally,
face.
oh, it's like, oh my poor boy, and he's just standing there, evil faced, dead faced,
Demon man.
looking like demon mode time, tapped,
Man.
and you're figuring yourself at that time. Like, no wonder these doctors don't know what's wrong with him. It's like there's nothing. There's clearly nothing like
Just take a
actually
look
wrong.
at him.
And then, so
He's
then
just down
it's
to Red
he's-
Bull. He's just like, oh.
Don't give caffeine to kids. Oh my god. Don't give caffeine to kids.
I'll have to get your. I just
Yeah,
said
after
I've
you get
learned
the
about leave that
fucking-
out because I might. I don't know if he's
No,
still
this is real information.
I don't know if they do
Don't
taking out
get
they taking away
Pfizer.
monetization.
I've been
Moderna.
I've been blurring it every time it's been mentioned.
Yeah.
don't worry.
Blurred lines.
So don't worry, that wasn't anything rude. So next
Guys, how did I get here?
we get somewhere for us. So then
He says he wants a priest, and they send in Father
Thomas.
Thomas.
It looks like the guy from Battle Ted.
Right.
He
There's
looks-
some
he
of them-
does look like Dougal, yeah.
there were some
God's in
awkward
all
scenes in this
this.
movie because of that. Because of the
Yeah.
fact that Father was called Thomas. We'll get onto that later.
Yeah, we kept looking at you.
It's a bit strange, but so basically Father Thomas goes in, and he gets free right back out.
That's
Yeah,
another
it
one
was
of those
like-
moments where like the weird cutting of it just made it so funny. He's just like, don't worry, I got this. Walks in.
I guess the wardrobe.
And then
Yeah.
so then he's like, wrong priest. That was quite funny actually.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I have to say, the demon was kind of funny, and in a very brutal way.
I think it was in the original one as well.
So it's
the
like,
laugh track helped.
I know he's a demon and all, but like he's got good sense of like humor at times.
Yeah.
Apart from when he's talking about like Russell Crowe, that was a bit grim.
I was like, come on, Demon, calm down.
So then
He's
Russell
like, the team is like,
Crowe.
you're gonna have to try harder than that.
So then they basically go.
Laugh track.
Pope talks to Father Amorph. Father Amorph's like, I need to go deal with this myself, because Pope tells him something's going on here.
Folk can't cope.
There's something strange.
There's something strange going on. And then he goes there, and then that's basically where we get the scene where you first meet. It's basically Father Amorph and Father Thomas versus Demon. The showdown. And this is where you get a lot of the strange lines. Obviously after being introduced to the family, etc., and them all talking, you get a bit of exposition on the storyline. But there are some lines in this scene that PG is not the word you would use.
Right, you get to say one, and I'm gonna believe I after the giveaway.
So you have first line for one of the first lines being I'm going to like basically the demon keeps insisting that he's going to Russell Crowe's character.
You're gonna do what?
Until basically, and I'm pretty sure he says until Russell Crowe. That's basically what he says, and it's quite grim because it's this little guy saying it.
It's not a good thing to envision.
And it's just like, yeah, you envision the two characters, you're like, oh no. And then he turns to Father Thomas. Actual two.
Well, no, the kid was not two.
I don't know what to say about this.
And then he turns to Father Thomas and basically you're being then learn because beforehand they're doing a confession and he says my last confession was 8 months ago. Father Moore's a bit like 8 months ago.
Is that
quite long? And then
you're done.
So basically they do a quick confessional, but it doesn't actually really do anything because he's not really mentioning anything.
Yeah.
So the demon basically brings up during this Father Thomas, what about that whole and he says it over and over again to the point that Father Thomas basically grabs the kid around the neck and starts choking him.
Yeah.
Father Moore has to go, yo bro.
You can't be doing that now.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be doing that for some pussy, come on now.
Like, the things you do for a Klondike. You know?
It's crazy. And yeah, so that was that scene. So they basically leave after that and the demon calls him, well, actually we shouldn't really say the demon's name yet.
Not yet.
Because that's the whole thing. They need to find out the demon's name.
Yeah.
So that's why they're going and talking to it.
So they can be in conversation.
You can only exorcise a demon
if you know its name.
If you know its name.
So that's why we're stuck with this guy because we don't even know his name. so stuck with this guy. Demon movie.
They go and the demon starts doing all sorts of things. Starts possessing the daughter. Doing all these things and hurting the family, and they go looking for the name of this demon in the same underground tomb that the guy blew himself up in.
Yeah, because in a scene they almost do it again, because Father Moore pulls off this like well and on his moped, mate, looking like Steven Seagal with them sunglasses. Then throws down his lighter. Well, not a lighter. He lights a it's a bit of cloth, isn't it?
It's a bit of cloth, and he goes blows his eyes off.
He throws it down, and you instantly get this massive explosion that happens, and you're like, okay, right, something's going on here and there. So they go down. Him and Father Thomas go down, investigating. Meanwhile,
demon orgy happening.
Yeah.
At a room.
So mother and daughter are getting possessed at this point. They're getting attacked by demon. And they basically get saved because as they're going through this tomb, they basically find out that this demon wasn't exorcised here. It was a field exorcism. Is it exorcism?
Yeah.
Field exorcism by the what's it called again?
The guy that done the Spanish Inquisition, which is another plot point.
No, it was not like a. What was it called? There was an actual name for him. But it was basically meant to be like the chief exorcist,
the commissioner.
But like something like that.
Was it the commissioner?
It's not the commissioner, man. Not Commissioner Gordon from.
I'm talking about the boy from Devar, isn't it?
You're talking Devar. ZeusWeusFilm normal channel if you want to see some
Devar.
Well, see us doing our own exorcism.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
Volunteer below.
Yeah, so they basically, I forget the name of the actual possession, but they basically found out he locked himself in there with this demon because the demon was so powerful. They then go down into the crevice, or I don't know what you call it.
The
cave.
Not the crevice.
And they find this sort of weird, like, ritual area where they find out, well, as Alan already mentioned, it's the Spanish Inquisition, which obviously is a time frame for Christianity. Not the best time.
I love how the movie done that as well, where it's just like, wait, so you're telling me that the Spanish Inquisition was actually the work of the devil? It's like, we didn't kill anyone. It was all the devil.
The Pope's
We're all
like, it
dead.
wasn't me.
Oh my god, that's literally like. I don't even know.
I was like, oh, we just it was so funny the way they done it. I was
He
like,
did it.
oh yeah, so we just what was it they said again? Was it what's it called? What's that car?
It's no. What would you think it was, Sir Jesus?
The Supra.
Bro, it could be Valor and Morph coming, mate.
No, mate. Well, it's not. We're not about to get our windows knocked by the police again because it's not a police car.
Did they turn in or? Yeah, it says a car turn. I don't know why they do that.
I'm telling you, they're coming down here for a but then they see people are here.
So funny, man.
To be honest, William told me
Just
that was
come down and do
you
it.
know,
Blowjob capital of Northern Ireland, right here.
Right here, right now. Michael.
The darker it gets, that van that's like sitting behind us, the darker it gets, the creepier it looks.
Oh no.
We're gonna die.
Basically, it's a van with multicolored van with.
It's a mystery machine.
With the,
from
it's like the
Scooby-Doo.
mystery machine, man, with cactuses on
There's
it.
been a silhouette of a man looking out the whole time.
Shut up, you cummer.
cunt.
And he's got like an axe.
Imagine like the back two windows just break and these hands come in and pull Michael out.
I'd leave him. He deserves it.
Sorry,
I
Michael.
can't be guys. You're giving it. You're going with me.
Oh god.
I drag you to the back. That has all his.
Louis Walsh is in the van and he's just like.
We just passed Michael the camera. We just find it two days later.
I vlogged the whole thing. Get dragged back to the van. You guys come back 2 days later. I'm filming. You just pull up. I'm still in that van. I'm like, help. We didn't go anywhere.
But yeah. So
Kidnapped him once.
where was I at?
You're at they were having sex with Russell Crowe, something like that.
Yeah, you know the kid was saying it. Do you want to go over that again?
No, it was Spanish Inquisition. we're
Oh,
talking about.
okay. So obviously, Spanish Inquisition, not the greatest time for Christianity. A lot of killing, a lot of you don't believe in our God or believe in our faith,
Ouch.
you die.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So they not. And I'm somehow when the Pope reads into the files on this, it's all redacted. Who would have guessed?
Ooh, I wonder why.
Whose fault was that?
But yeah. So they basically realize, oh shit, this is bad because it's under the Spanish Inquisition and this demon is basically fed on that, and then they find out the demon is Amadeus.
I was supposed to say
Armadillo.
Asmongold.
Asmongold, Gold, the fucking streamer.
I couldn't remember what it was called.
He's a streamer from he does like World of Warcraft or
Is
something.
that what he
I'm
does?
pretty sure.
Oh,
But
no.
Asmodeus, I
Games.
think that's his name. But he's basically the king of hell. That was his actual title.
That's unfortunate.
What was the king of hell called at the end of not Midsummer, Hereditary? Was it the same one or is it a different name? Because they give him a name. You were like, you're so and so the something king of hell. Was it the same name?
What's the name again?
Asmodeus.
That wasn't that.
Well, it
was
says
like-
one of the seven.
Because I ever thought because I know we just watched this.
so
It should be fresh in my brain. I ever thought it was Amadon or Amadeus, and I thought it was Amadeus.
Aragon from Lord of the Rings.
Oblivion.
What can you see?
That's what the kids say when they were just like getting torn in half in the bed, mate.
He's like, help. Getting torn apart here.
Yeah, so they basically say the name Amadeus. Like in time, like he basically reads it, finds out, or else the mum and the daughter would have had their necks snapped. They would have looking the whole 180. So luckily for them, they say it, and now they have the name of this devil
Among Us.
among us, mate.
Devil.
Then the Pope realizes this, and he has a heart attack because he realizes what he sent our man Gabrielle in to do.
What did he was like Princess Leia when she dies in Star Wars. It was just like he just sensed it.
Yeah.
Just like
Well, that was weird as well. Was
Christianity's real.
Well, it was weird because they basically then there was actually things happening in. It felt as if he was like, because it was like Carnival Sullivan was his name, because even he was seeing things at points.
yeah, and
Which
then the
was
thing at the
strange.
end, which is, as far as I'm aware, is because this is like skipping way ahead, but we're going to come right back. It was like, you know, the way at the end, it's just like he's on sabbatical.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's not mean to be clinically insane.
Well,
So-
I think no sabbatical means like you're injured.
Yeah, but is it not usually he's like basically you're like away with the fairies, like you're not.
No, I'm looking at you.
You were looking past me, is there something?
No, I was looking at you, bro.
Jesus Christ. We can't see anything.
My night was
It's a
gone.
void.
You look back, I'm not there.
You're not there in the viewfinder, barely.
Full steam tea, mate.
What was I going to say?
Creamy tea.
I'm pretty sure, I can look it up, I'm pretty sure sabbatical means like you're like away with the fairies, you're like cuckoo. So I guess that's what happened to his character after he collapsed and started screaming.
Well, it was basically because he saw the Jesus Christ statue start bleeding.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Sick one.
A little bit. You
I've
hear
heard
the
about
voice.
stuff like that before.
You can hear the voices as well.
I'll double check what it means because it might add more context to the review.
Yeah, because like if you're just making stuff up and there's if he's making up these phony responses here for reasons.
And he's on a phony. I get what you're doing there. I like it, mate. Subscribe if you love Tom.
It's literally none of those things.
Wasn't it?
A sabbatical, a period of paid leave granted to a university teacher or other worker for study or travel, traditionally 1 year for every 7 years worked. So he just got a holiday.
So yeah,
That could also work.
Well, that also means he just got a holiday basically because they basically paid him because like, he was clearly not in a good state.
Yeah.
But why did they go after him? Because him and Russell Crowe didn't get along, so was the demon...
Because he didn't see evil. He didn't believe in the evil. So it's quite easy to prey on someone whenever they don't believe in it.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's the idea. That was the whole idea. Was so
Or the innocent. The devil prize and the innocent, and the child was,
But
he doesn't know about
but
those
Michael,
things.
we're not.
No, I'm just making a correlation.
No, what you mean.
Yeah.
But so he sees it and he goes. I don't think any of the other priests, but what was it? Oh yeah, the Pope. So the Pope has like force visions. He can see what's happening.
And then he gets a heart attack.
He
They rush him to the
doesn't
hospital.
die.
He spews up blood at one point, like hydro pumps some guy, on Sullivan.
Yeah.
There's a power hose in his
It was quite funny actually. Whenever it happened, I just turned around and was it Pope used hydro pump?
I thought it was going to be like the Pope was like possessed or something, but no. So
Yeah,
means
that's
the
what-
Pope
so
just
that's
done
what-
that. He just done that.
So basically, as the movie goes on, gonna kind of skip through parts of the story here. But if you watch, you'll basically see the continuation. So as the movie goes on, they realise this is gonna be really dangerous, more dangerous than they thought. It's probably the strongest demon that's ever had to be exorcised.
Yeah.
So they set up this exorcism. It doesn't really go well. They think they've completed it. They get the mum to speak to the kid, the young kid, and then after that, you then find out the sister's possessed.
Oh.
Then the sister jumps on the walls. She's
Because
going
she's
all
saying
over
the same
place.
things as the brother at the same time. That's weird.
Yeah,
the
so
mum doesn't catch on.
The mum doesn't catch on to it and then
So
pulls
stupid.
her back. And then they exorcise him, but then they're both still possessed.
Yeah.
They basically have this sort of mini Jesus versus, Christians versus devil battle, demon battle of like trying to exorcise him.
Yeah.
Basically, I should just describe it as an exorcism battle.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what it is. And Father Thomas and the mum are basically about to die. So our man himself, Father Amorph, Gabrielle, he's saying going, take me.
Took one for the team.
Take one for the team.
Yeah,
And then you might as well put on Walk to Poland. Because the way this guy's moving afterwards, he's moving as if he's just been the limelight.
Finally free.
He's just been the limelight, done a couple of vodka Red Bulls, and he's just left the club. Like he's out of there. He's out. Cool.
The whole family, the priests, they all went B site and they got in a lineup, but then Father Gabriel, he got an S.
He saved the day.
It was like
he was the way he was running through that cave when he was all like it was like literally in this exact spot when we were filming the Easter Hunterfest special and we all sprinted to the car and Michael just sort of like comes along.
Yeah. Also, one of the things that the movie doesn't really tell you at the end is like, it never gives an explanation. I understand the other two are in danger, but he literally says earlier in the movie, it wants me.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't let it have that, because basically what you find out is Amadeus used basically one of like the chief cardinals,
Yeah.
who was also an exorcist, basically possessed him and through that started the Spanish Crusade,
Oh,
the Spanish Inquisition.
The biggest damage control.
Which he basically went around killing people because they wouldn't convert to Christ in work of the devil, right? Fuck's sake, Michael keeps looking out places. And what you could say about that is, it's actually good. It's actually a pretty cool moment.
Yeah.
Because it actually uses history in a way to go like, hey, like, this was done by the devil. But at the same time, it's like it's Christ control, mate. It's trying to help him out.
It's damage. Could you imagine, like, it's like it was something like a movie like that, like set in Germany, and it's like, guys, he was possessed. He didn't. The
little Austrian man was possessed. He wasn't doing it.
Oh, it was the devil. He didn't do it. Like, that's what sort of struck me. That's what I was thinking about. I was just like, this is really interesting, but at the same time, it sounds so much damage control.
Yeah, it's like, but it does make sense because it's meant to be Spanish. It's meant to be Spanish Catholics going and doing that. Obviously, the Pope, it's all redacted on their fuzz because it wasn't actually done by Christians. Yeah. So there's no they didn't ever write it down because he was just like possessed, so he never actually wrote down what happened.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Then.
And document the more crimes.
Exactly.
There's another film that took place that, like, in Rome or something like that. It was a Conjuring the Nun one.
Well,
that was more Catholic. Yeah.
Was just the Nun.
Yeah.
I don't think we tried to watch that once. I don't think we got through it.
I watched it. No, I think we did watch it. I don't know.
Maybe you've seen it more times than me, but the one time I seen it when you were there, I think someone turned it off like halfway through.
I think I remember that as well because I was watching it quite actually intrigued. Because I hate the design of the Nun and the way that I hate like looking at it because it scares me.
It actually is really creepy. It's the eyes that does it.
Yeah.
Those films are actually quite good, like for being scary films.
The Conjuring, yeah.
Because like comparing it to that film, we
I know a lot of when they came out, a lot of people were like, oh, it's cheap jump scares, but a lot of time it actually isn't. So
it's just creepy, piercing eyes. I don't know how they've done that.
To be fair, a lot of the times it is, but like if a jump scare is done right, it can be quite.
Yeah, it can be quite good.
Because it's like, what was the movie you and me were talking about the other day?
The Babadook or something.
The Babadook, where it's like torture. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but we should all watch it. Me and Mike will send this. It's like torture to watch because it's the way a movie will build up a jump scare and you know it's coming and then it happens.
Yeah.
The Babadook just keeps building and building and it never does the payoff and you're sitting the whole time getting tortured. Like, please, you almost like wanting the jump scare because it's like you keep expecting it. And it doesn't
because like that's the thing. That's why I like movies like that where it's not jump scares constantly. It's not slasher where it's like constant gore and stuff. I want to be in suspense.
Yeah.
That to me is what is scary. If I'm going through a forest night at nighttime, where I know that kind of feeling of like. You're in a scary location. It's the suspense that scares you.
Yeah.
It's the what could happen, not the everyone's getting gored up here. Like that. Just kind of feels. I can just see that happening constantly.
Yeah.
But going back to the movie because we just had a little side turn now. But,
spin off.
So he then gets possessed, and he tries to kill himself. He tells Father Thomas that they basically take his cross and get all of the people out. Which the cross is a weapon later on. So it's clutch move by Father Amorth.
Yeah.
Father Thomas and the family leave. He just tells them to get in the car and leave. He tells them to get into the car and leave because he realizes he needs to save Father Amorth because he knows what's going to happen. Which I originally thought. So, a bit of a spoiler here. I thought so. If you don't want to know the ending, which we kind of spoiled a little bit, but I thought it was going to be a bad ending. Not in the way of like, oh, it's like a ending. I thought it was going to be the evil wins. So I thought what was going to happen is he goes to try and kill himself, does kill himself, but then the demon possesses Father Thomas. Because he goes back in. Instead we get one of the coolest fight scenes. Priest versus demons in this like the underground area. Which I don't think you liked that much. I loved it.
I didn't like it.
I loved it. I thought it was I thought it was so funny.
It's just like the devil guy just sitting there waiting, like it's like, well, what is he doing down there?
Yeah.
Like, he met his fate and he's just sitting down there.
He's chilling, mate. He's chilling.
Yeah, the priest comes down to like challenge
Well,
him.
I think it's just because like basically he's sitting there, but it's basically letting the exorcism finally sink in because he's close to hell, which probably makes it harder for the priest to actually no escape.
Yeah.
That'll be my theory on it. But basically, he kind of sits with Emperor Palpatine just sitting there. Father Thomas comes in
and
starts unloading this wave after wave of prayer. And it then turns into a 2v2 boss fight.
Prayer fight.
Where they get there are two demons, which it's explained throughout the movie. I'm not going to explain that. They both have their own demons. Then
and they take a physical form.
And start fighting.
Which is kind of.
Which by the way, like, just on a wee side note with this boss fight. So Russell Crowe was saying, we cannot let him possess me.
Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier.
It was the easiest like.
Yeah, he let him possess him.
But it's so easy to get out. He had compared to like getting out of the kid, he had such an easy time breaking that possession.
But I think it was because of how powerful Father Thomas was when he was delivering that. This is one thing. This is what I have to say about it. Whenever they were doing that, knowing their exorcisms in the first place, they're just like saying it normally. Whenever Father Thomas comes in, he is shouting this prayer at basically this demon.
Yeah. He actually says it in Latin.
Well, in Latin, but like you had to think. And the first time, do you remember the end of the Exorcist were like, Christ, compel her? They're basically shouting at him.
Yeah.
Why ain't they doing that from the start? It would have done it so much quicker. Instead of like, oh, that's just that's just like, oh, Father.
Yeah, because they all like went like. They all like got scared with the kid.
Like they
didn't get louder, more energized.
Like he got 1v1'd against Father Thomas. He's not even an exorcist.
Yeah.
Took him out, and then him and Father Amor were just like, okay, let's 2v2 these guys. And there's a scene where he gets the holy medallion, and places it on. Like Father Thomas gets this holy medallion because Father Amor tells him to use it while this demon's on top of him. Puts it on the forehead, and then this thing just combusts and explodes in the blood.
Pure demon.
It was so. I was a bit like, okay.
The
Christ compel you.
Yeah. I thought the fight was a bit. Is there not a line in it where like it's the bit where Russell Crowe starts floating above the bit of water, where the priest says, or the demon says to Father Thomas, like, stop, like, don't even bother, like, it's already too late. 2 seconds later, he gets fucking clapped.
Yeah.
He just gets clapped and like sent into the pool.
But that's also the bit. Sometimes that can be like the idea of like, well, confidence breeds is like caused by fear.
True.
So like, what's like if you're about to feel right,
Yeah.
are you gonna go to the guy who you could maybe, because the whole thing's maybe about deceiving.
Yeah.
Like the devil's supposed to be a deceiver. So like, imagine he goes, you've almost got me. I'm nearly defeated.
Just like the bit earlier with the guy getting like burnt to a crisp. It was just funny being like, stop, there's no point, like you've already lost, and he just gets clapped.
Yeah. I know you didn't really like it because of the CG.
It looked like it reminded me of like the 2016 Ghostbusters, where it looked like a mass of CGI.
Is it the woman one?
Yeah, I don't know, like
I thought the girl getting out of the, what's it called again, that kind of No, it's like a statue, or it's like encasing, but there's like
the
mummy thing,
you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
If any of you subscribe to any sort of horror or anything, I forget the name of it, but it's basically like a casket, but there's like spikes in it.
I think they're called Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden, that's the one, Iron Maiden.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's an Iron Maiden. She just comes out of it all bloodied, and this is basically Thomas's ex-lover, well, past lover. But she couldn't be with because he's a priest. He had to choose the life of God.
Big up Thomas.
Big up Thomas, staying on the righteous path, the true path.
Sigma male.
Sigma male, mate.
It didn't end up anyway, like she blew up. So.
Yeah, and he just so then she's like naked, full of blood. He puts the cross to her head when she's on top of him. He just combusts. No, she just combusts and spews blood over him. And then it's literally Call of Duty, right? Remember in Call of Duty at the end of the game, there's like the guy throws you a gun, and then you have to shoot the bad guy in the head.
Yeah.
That's what he done for Father. He like, threw the cross and was like, use it. And then Father was just like, oh, and places it on the thing's forehead, and it blows up. And it doesn't blow up, it just kind of disintegrates. No, it goes down, and it disintegrates and goes down into the hole of hell.
Yeah.
Which
how are they trying to kill them anyway? Like, are they trying to bite them to death or something? Like, is Russell Crowe's getting attacked, and the thing's trying to bite him, I guess, I don't know.
They're trying to choke them, I think, and then possess them.
Oh yeah, just crucifixed her just in time before she bit
Because like, the
me.
goal isn't to kill them, the goal is to possess them.
Yeah.
So it's basically trying to pin them down, basically stop them from possessing to possess them, or get close enough to possess them. I don't know how demons fight, man.
But like, they could have got like loads of demons to attack them, not just like 2 little women.
That's what I was trying to do when I got the kid and stuff, and then the sister.
Yeah, they just got like little...
But then they just left, so it was like, okay, it was 2v2 here. And maybe it was trying to kill him at that point. Maybe I was like, this, I have this area.
Fight this person.
Yeah, I just want these guys
he was
gone.
Trying to chomp his head off one.
That reminds me that wee kid was at Mike Tyson biting the priest's ear off.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah. And the kid's jaw dislocated and Russell Crowe's, and it just went back to normal. I remember at the final possession point for the kid, his jaw went like this here.
Do you know?
Yeah.
It's just back to normal.
Do you know that's this creepy Demon 101 where it's like if no body part it can just dislocate at any point and let's go back to normal.
That
Apparently.
happens in so
It happens
many.
in every. It happens in every.
His elbows
Like
went up
if
his
you
arm
watch
and all.
the daughter's head turns
Yeah.
full 90
she-
degrees,
You hear
Like
cracking.
later in the movie, she like cracks up like that there and starts going like a spider.
fully discombobulated, mate.
It's like
It's like,
I'm
yeah,
trying to
you
think.
they think we're gonna forget about that.
I'm trying to think. Is there any movies where like, because the way I always thought is like, okay, if a demon takes over your body, because like the Insidious movies and Conjure movies were really bad for that. Like whenever the demon possesses someone and starts like cracking them and doing all this, they're okay afterwards. Whereas if someone, they might have got the demon out, but the damage has been done, sort of thing. I think the only movie, and obviously we didn't like it, but to be fair to Evil Dead Rising, none of the characters that got possessed survived. They all got f***ed up. Like that was then done for once it, like that started happening.
They're all like disabled.
The mum gets all like contorted. She dies. Like that's it.
It's like, well,
man.
I guess. Sometimes I find that it kind of like exaggerates it as well. Like, no one ever she goes like this, you're like. It's like
It was awesome.
clearly, if I go like this here, if I go like this, here, if I go like this here, like and I start crawling on the ground. My arms don't have to be fucking broken for me to do that. I feel as
The demon's just a rat.
feel-
She was like cracked inwards, going like.
but if I'm crawling along the ceiling, like I don't know. Sometimes I feel as if they add breaking bone sounds just to add them in.
No,
to
they
make it seem
actually
more
broke
scary.
the actor's bones on set.
It's like a Minecraft door noise.
No, but I mean, I always feel as if they try to exaggerate it. It's like
Yeah.
if you
Obviously,
but. Like, no, but her whole neck, like, her whole head turns around at one point. And I'm like, how the f her neck
Just
not
turn your
broke?
body with it and then like counteract the ghost. You know?
But so we get the priest boss fight and like, basically
The
the
boss
at the end, Amadeus versus Father Thomas, Father Amorph.
Asmund Gold.
And the weirdest scene in the movie, in my opinion, or the weirdest sound effect I've heard in a movie in a long time is, so they send a demon back into hell,
Yeah.
but as it happens, you get this really weird electronic sound.
That happened as well when he touched the cross on that thing on the girl's forehead. It sounded like I thought he'd got like a Iron Man gun. Like, like
And it was, but something. I remember. I turned the album and watched. I was like, it sounds like a transformer transforming from Michael Bayverse movies. Where I was like, chun, 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 chun. That's how it sounded whenever it was closing. I was like, I was like, what is it? What are you guys doing? It's Optimus Prime down there. Megatron, where you at? It was strange.
everyone looked at each other in the cinema that bit. They're like, what the?
Like that was the one where no CGI.
Yeah.
Where like this is like cheap Marvel CG here,
yeah.
and it kind of like I would have rather just been like a dark hole.
Yeah.
And then just go into it and then it closes rather than being this really light like lava hole. Which I guess they're trying to portray hell like lava and stuff, but wasn't for me.
Then the ending sets up some sequels, you know.
199 of them.
199 sequels.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I literally can't think of a better way to explain the ending than what I said to you, where it was like the end of the really Fantastic Four movie was like, you know, we should be a team. There's a lot of stuff out there we could be doing.
They both like shake hands.
And then that's you. You're like, oh, he just left me.
Oh, but they
He just left me live on cam. That's so embarrassing.
I got you.
Yeah,
They can't do sequels.
Why?
I just realised the text at the end of the movie was just like, and he solved these mysteries and done that until his death in 2016. They cannot do another movie with Russell Crowe because he has plot armor.
No, but they can do movies between 1986 and 2018, mate.
Yeah, but like there's no suspense as far as he's concerned because he can't die because they've already mentioned that he died in 2016.
Yeah, we got Father Thomas in the movies.
Oh, so you want Father Thomas
They
to
kill him
die.
in real life.
No, but I mean, like, you could have him in the movies, you could have another Exorcist. Like,
They bring in another guy you know he's
What
just
about-
there to die. You just know he's there so
they bring in a black Exorcist. He dies instantly.
What about the same film but females in like 20 years? And they're all like badasses.
This one should have been.
And they all
Iron
have
Man's.
ghost hunting guns, and they
Yeah.
drive around in a weird kind of
They have
hearse
loads of
vehicle.
star signs and
They all
identify.
drive a mystery machine.
They
And-
identify as everything.
And they all have coloured hair.
Like Damon.
We're running out. We have 1 minute 30 of recording time on this SD card, I think.
Okay, right. So,
what's our thoughts on overall on the movie?
I would.
I didn't like it.
I'm gonna rate it. You don't like it?
Nah.
Really?
I think it's probably not my favorite horror film.
So wait, so
I
what?
recently.
So wait, let's do a rating out of 10 system.
Okay.
So we'll start with Zeus rating.
Zeus is given the Pope's Exorcist 7 out of 10.
Okay.
What would you give it?
Maybe a 7.5 actually.
That's. I don't know. Give it a.
Well, be honest. Be
right,
like
3.
a 3, yeah.
I paid high attention to the dialogue.
Yeah.
Sometimes I paid attention to different things in films. This one necessarily, I was listening to the dialogue.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is really like cheesy. It's like the demon saying, "I will have you now," and it's like your family's already gone like 8 times. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, that is one thing. Is it kind of? I would personally give the movie
Oh.
like an 8, but I'm looking at it from the perspective of I was mainly focused on the priests
Yeah.
throughout the movie, which I really liked their acting.
Pay like attention to the
So,
characters, I
like,
can tell.
So the dialogue, it was both funny from the demon,
Yeah.
but also a bit cheesy. The idea of like, why would a demon that's this many years old, like just be saying going like,
So your family's gone and stuff. Like, just tag them if you're just don't talk.
yeah,
about it.
he's kind of like a big,
No.
like he's kind of like a trash talker. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna do all this different stuff, but he doesn't do anything. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then because one of the main things I had to commend about the movie is there was a lot of different languages used throughout for the dialogue, which I thought was very cool and actually kept in theme with the European theme with the Spanish Father and Father Tomas,
Yeah,
and then
flows.
Father Amor being basically speaking Italian for most of the movie and Latin.
Yeah.
I felt as if it was actually a very nice touch that they actually had those languages just fluently in throughout.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of times movies go for the cheesy, let's just have it in English.
Yeah. They tried bringing an American in, but no thanks.
Yeah.
Like,
Also the family's characters, I'm just gonna be honest, completely useless in the movie.
Yeah.
Like they don't do anything apart from be vessels for story progression. They're not even really there. I know in the movie they have a lot of scenes where it's like, oh, like we'll have them get scared a lot. There wasn't many of them in this movie.
Not really.
Until between like the start of the movie and then like them actually getting the full on exorcism going, there's not really much. It's more about storyline development with the demon.
It's a family movie. You want to watch it with your
So,
family.
speaking of family movies, though, coming up very soon.
Oh, yes. Mike might like this movie more. Because this is a movie that's all about action. It's about speed. It's about family.
It's about Skinhead.
When does Fast and Furious 10 come out?
May 19th.
That's not long.
Not long.
You already
at all.
know we'll be covering that.
We're
as soon
probably
as
going to
comes
skip
out.
it like the whale, aren't we?
Have we
No,
skipped
we're
it?
not
I never
watch-
forgot about that.
I-
The
so-
whale.
I want to go see the
I know.
movie.
So I went to watch the Fast and Furious 9 2 years ago. I watched it 4 times. Once on release and 3 times afterwards.
Probably good, yeah.
I will be going
Look at
first
the Belfast.
or second day to go watch this movie. These guys will be coming with me. Sitting down with the family.
Book it, like, we had to, like, actually...
No,
We have to make it
won't
happen.
do it, we won't
So
do it.
I'm going to say right now, maybe even have a Fast and Furious special like video. We should make a special video where we try to basically go over all the movies.
We
I would
should.
love to do that.
We should try.
We'll go to a good cinema.
What we'll do, we'll just do like a live stream. We'll like go to someone's house, get like 100 beers, and
Yeah.
just like watch all the movies and just.
We're not even concentrating, we're just
Oh,
throwing up.
no.
You know?
We get to the 8th one and I was like, what's happening? Vin Diesel's
Yeah,
driving.
we
What?
wake up and it's like on credits. We're like, oh.
So
Oops.
maybe have a
Watch it.
Fast and Furious like special video out beforehand.
Yeah.
But you will be seeing a Fast and Furious ZeusWeus podcast.
Then Squibble.
Exactly.
Or like even I don't know even know what we're gonna do with it, but we want to make Fast and Furious content because we missed out on it around when was the last thing it came out? It was Fast and Furious related. The video that we were talking about.
Probably like a couple of years back.
It was
3 years.
9.
Was it 9?
You and me, we haven't played it yet, but we bought the game.
Yeah.
Showdown or whatever. The
Showdown,
called, but
yeah.
We haven't played it yet.
But so it's going to be a bit of a change because we are trying to be more horror related. But this is one that
This is terrifying.
this is
Yeah.
for T, so it is. This is a personal one for T. Me and Adam wanted to make this video for the 9th movie ages ago. We didn't get really the time for release date of the movie to
Yeah.
really feel that it was relevant. but now we have that May 19th date.
Oh,
we have the plans in place.
Yeah, Fast and Furious is one of the biggest franchises now.
Yeah.
It's like,
I love Vin Diesel.
yeah.
We need to obviously
balls,
the channel's going through some changes to the content.
Some kind of growing pains.
Some growing pains. It's obviously going to happen, but we're starting to figure out the formula for the podcast. You know, we're only 18 episodes in, 17.
18 by the time the Fast and Furious one comes out.
He's transitioning into his Irish voice.
Oh, oh!
I cut the camera.
Whenever he does a monologue, he has to put on that voice.
All right, do the voice now, Adam.
So by this podcast, we'll have this.
This podcast.
That sounded like New Zealand or something.
This podcast.
ZeusWeusFilm via Crowe on my website.
Just guys, put in the podcast below.
Oh,
Adam, your Irish sounds lovely today. If you get this far,
Please don't.
And comment.
say Adam, you should be the next Taoiseach.
Comment.
Taoiseach.
Taoiseach's the Prime Minister of the Republic of Ireland, mate.
And his name's Taoiseach.
No, it's the Taoiseach. It's the Irish title.
News.
Oh.
You learn something new every day.
Call the BBC.
I only speak Latin.
I can't stand English.
But we have some interesting content coming. Obviously, like I said, we're figuring out the podcast. Starting to get into a rhythm of it.
Gonna call it the
We've got
Prodcast.
some interesting stuff coming. Some interesting.
Protestant content.
No.
Someone
Really
has to have taken that already.
Production cast.
Oh,
Broadcast.
Oh, why did we think of that? It's way better than post-production podcast.
I'm taking that idea to the bank.
If we can see a name for it, we'll change it.
Okay, well, we can just do that.
Cut this out.
We've changed the name once before.
Cut it out.
Only OGs remember when this was the Director's Lounge.
I loved the Director's Lounge.
For one episode. And then it was changed to post-production. But yeah, we got
right
some.
there, Lewis. You remember right?
We got some interesting stuff coming. We're thankful for everyone being patient. We're just we're pushing through the tough times right now.
Yeah.
And once we come out the other side, channel's gonna be so much better for it.
We appreciate though anyone who is like watching regularly
On the
and
road
trying
to
supporting
1
us.
All three of you, my heart goes out to you.
And we expect to see a lot more content throughout the summer.
Oh, the summer's
Summer's gonna be good, so it is.
It's gonna be special.
It's gonna be special. And also
1 million subscribers.
So Adam has brought back in his normal ZeusWeus channel for game content and stuff like that.
He's a gamer.
We're going to be doing streams and stuff on it, so if you all subscribe to that,
If you enjoy
well
horror
appreciated.
films and you want to see us tackling some exorcisms, we sometimes play some horror games over there. Come check it out. Link will be below.
And can anyone check it out?
No, you have to be middle class or higher.
Oh, I'm at.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Quality
what's with this
restaurant.
giveaway?
What?
I feel like he's making giveaways up. He's like, what's this giveaway?
Adam's giving away his.
When we reach 1,000 subscribers,
He re-got it back recently.
I got
Any
my
virgins
virginity
out
like
there?
stitched back in, and now I'm giving it away.
He wants to give you his virginity.
When we get 1,000
Give him his V card back.
He dropped his virginity
When we get 1,000 subscribers, I will give out the numbers on Michael's credit card.
Yeah, the numbers are.
and Michael's V card.
Michael's V card. It's a high ticket item these days.
Yeah, it's really sticky, that one.
And it's so big.
Sheesh.
Oh, and creamy.
Wonga.
Wow, chat.
Yeah.
Oh, dip it in the honey pot.
Thank you all for watching this week's episode.
We'll see you
Subscribe
guys.
to Irish Adam.
Oh.
Cough, you
But he didn't tell you what the poem was about, and he's not going to because it's not going on YouTube. But let's get on to the meat potatoes.
Fuck you. Fuck you. It is. I can see the PSNI thing on it.
Here, roll the window down.
Yeah. Oh, he's going somewhere else.
yours, Adam.
Alright.
If it comes to that, I'm probably going to kill myself. That was dreadful. People have been calling it the Beast of Ballyboogie. You come around that and you're like, guys, you're like civilization.
Yeah.
And we're like, wait.
Now he finds it.